If I could do a big project every day, I probably would.
Okay.
But I'd probably be broken off quite a lot. I think these ideas and I just visualize it over and over and lie to myself that I can do it. And you could see it coming over like the bow of the hill and it's like, oh God, here it comes, man. I found mountain biking. I was like, this is like a breath of fresh air. Like I'm in the woods, man. And it's just like, there's no one there telling me to get down off this. It's just like, just me and nature listening to the birds tweet. He's like, wait, you can't live in here. He's like, you mad, Chris? You cannot live in here. And I was like, well, I can. And I remember saying, I was like, why don't everyone just leave me alone? Like, leave me alone. No one knows the graft that I went through in there. Like, the lonely nights and stuff. Like, so, nah, no one knows the graft.
Kriss Kyle, welcome to the Downtime Podcast, mate. How's things?
Nice one. Thanks for having me. Yeah, really good. Stoked to be here. And yeah, keen to tell my story.
Good stuff, man. And it's a hell of a story, but I want to start off with you stood on a racetrack with David Coulthard driving at you in a Formula One car, with you about to jump over the car as it's moving, which is nuts. What's going through your head?
Just don't mess it up. But yeah, pretty surreal. Like I always, whenever I do these big projects, I'm like, how on earth did bike riding take me here? Like how's my BMX taking me here? It was like, even like the Bloom project, I remember being up in the sky and I remember just taking it in. Like we had 2 helicopters filming us. My mates are hanging out the helicopters and I'm like, what the hell? Like my bike is taking me to the craziest places. And then that again was one of them. It's like, where else will it take you? But yeah, it's pretty surreal.
That is amazing. Where does that idea come from? How do you suddenly decide that jumping over a Formula One car while it's moving would be a good thing?
I guess for me, I'm always just looking for what's not been done and like what I would love to see someone do. And then why has no one done it? And then why can't I'll be that guy? and then I just talk myself into it. And like, thankfully I have brands that literally back me and believe in me that will just like make my dreams come true. And, before you know it though, you're doing something that's horrendous, but then I absolutely love it. And like even like the stuff that I was chatting to my friends about it, and even like the horrible parts of standing in front of that car and it's screaming towards you, and I hate every second. I'm like, my hands are sweating now, but I hate like why are you doing this to yourself? Because it is like, it's a horrible feeling knowing that you could absolutely end yourself or you're going to land it. But I even like that. I think that horrible feeling, which is nuts. But yeah, but then of course when you land it, it's like, that's why you do it.
Yeah. Talk us through the steps to get there then. So you have this idea and what do you do? Do you go speak to Red Bull? Is that the first point of call for a lot of these things? Yeah,
so it all happens in my head. Like I'll either be like walking my dog somewhere or wake up in the middle of the night with a stupid idea. And no joke, I'll turn over and put it in my notes on my phone, wake up the next day, sketch it up, send it off to like my Red Bull manager or whoever. And I'm quite fortunate a lot of the time they give me the green light and they're like, you really want to do this? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So, and then sure enough, we start the process of like turning those sketches into reality. I'll work alongside my build crew if I need one at that time, but I usually always do. And it's always the same team I work with and the lads are always on board with it. So it's like, what are we doing next? But and then from there, it just, we just turn it into reality. But it's pretty cool to go from the start of just having a wild dream and then being able to like turn that into actual reality. And it's pretty crazy what your mind can do and like what you can do with the right people behind you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's obviously cool to have the might of Red Bull and Red Bull Racing behind you on that one.
Yeah.
And I saw in the video, you go to their HQ and you're trying to work out, or they've calculated, I guess, the height that you need to clear, which is higher than the highest part of the car, right? Because you've got this curve that you've got to go over to clear the rear wing. Yeah,
there was so much more stuff that went into that than what I thought of. Like, there always is. Yeah. But it was like, nothing's ever simple, is it? But obviously that stuff, I just think it's easy. I'm like, like if you get me a car and a bike, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't care. And then I'm like, everyone's like, no, it needs to be timings. And I had like 0.2 of a second. My timings had to be right from A to B every single time. And if it was off, then I was going to hit the car. And I was like, but in my head, I'm like, surely I won't. But I would have. So
how fast was the car going? Do you know?
about 60 kilometer. The car was going 60 kilometers an hour, so like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, because it was on the pit lane speed limit, basically.
But I did want it originally. I wanted it to be 100 there, but I quickly realised that.
I'm guessing your reaction times at 100 miles an hour is pretty small.
Yeah, there's no room for error. And then, to be honest, like 40 mile an hour was more than fast enough. Do you know what I mean? And I remember when I found out the speed of it, and I was in my van, I was like setting it to like cruise control at 40. I was like, this is so slow. But I remember like timing it with like lampposts and thinking, if I hop now, I'm gonna make it. But then sometimes I was so off. When it came to practicing, I was so off sometimes. And also the day I done it, it was like there was such a headwind, and that really messed with me.
Yeah.
But I was just hitting that switch and going, here we go.
They had like in the build up, they had motion capture suit on you and all sorts, trying to help you with like getting the jump height as high as you could and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Nuts. Yeah, well, like I've never really, it was a cool opportunity because when you asked me if I wanted to do that, I was like, yeah, like I'd love to see what muscles you actually use and stuff. And like, obviously you kind of know, but it's pretty cool to see the force that you're putting through and like, how your body adapts. And pretty weird. I'm not a flexible guy, but I can, like, when you hop, it's like crazy how
you're like pulling the bike up the side.
So pretty nuts.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. So then you're at the track and they have like this camera lined up, and you did a few where you were like in line with David in the car, David Coulthard driving the car, but like to the side of him kind of thing, so they could check that you were on your timing. Yeah. And that didn't fully go to plan, did it?
No. And I was so confident that day. I was like, I'm doing this like 100%. And yeah, my timings were well off. Well, some of them were on point. Yeah. But some of them weren't. And it was like, I think it was like 2 out of 5 were not. So yeah, like, I'm so glad that, it was like, and that, not even that, like the noise of the car, and because it was like an older car, they're even louder, and it was just like, it's just everything in your body and mind is like, get out of the way, like don't pedal towards us, like do not pedal. And you could see it coming over like the bow of the hill, and it's like, oh god, here it comes, man. And it's just,
and these things are sharp, like the razor sharp carbon fiber edges, like if you hit any part of that car, it's going to hurt. It's like a razor blade coming at you. And the car is so much longer than you can ever imagine as well. I swear every time I'd see the car, it'd get longer. It's long. How did it feel then when you're finally deciding to lock in? Like you've cleared 3 out of 5, you've got it right, and there's no margin for error at this point, right? When you're going to get in line with the car and go for it, like you're in.
But yeah, we had that track. We only had the track for half an hour, and it went down like, well, we went over the time that we had left, and I remember like the last shouting is now or never, and do it, and I was like, oh my god, okay.
No pressure.
Like no pressure. Like George is screaming at me, which is like one of my best mates. But it was just like, well, I'm gonna do it eventually, and I want to do it anyway. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go and do the thing. And then it's just like, off I went. And as soon as I went, I was like, I'm doing it. Just do it. And I swear to God, it went in slow motion. Like I'm tucking over that car, and I actually thought I was gonna hit the rear wing, even though the video I'm nowhere near it. But yeah, I think I went even higher in the video than what I was doing in previous ones. Like, I don't know how I went so high off that lot.
You kind of went off to the side though, that first time you did it, lined up, which you weren't happy with, were you?
Nah, because it scared the life out of me. Like, I didn't commit. It just didn't feel right. And like I said, it was the windiest day, so I didn't know if my timings were off or if I was on point, but I didn't want to trust that. So last minute, I pulled right off that ramp. And I think I'd have been fine, but it kind of gave me confidence, like knowing that I could do it. So I was like, one more, please, one more. And then sure enough, we got the car around again, and I knew I was going that time. And thankfully it worked out, and I'll never forget landing. I just pedaling just through the bike. But I swear that is probably the scariest one that I've done. And like people think it's not, like it'll probably look easy in the video, but I think it's just the timings and stuff that go into that. Like no one really understands. And to be honest, if I watch it, I'd think, oh yeah, it's so easy, I'd probably do that. But then it's like, you don't know the backstory of it, and it's like, but for me, I think that was the scariest one. Just everything in your mind saying get out of the way.
It's so on paper so simple, but the line between success and failure is so tight. Like you say, 0.2 of a second is it's like a blink of an eye, right?
Yeah, unreal. And I was just going off a beep system, and then I had to just like trust that I could pedal the exact same, and the pressure that you put in for each crank needs to be the same every single time. And I'm like, I didn't even know how I was doing it, but I was somehow managing to like average like within that 0.2 seconds, like almost every time. within that space. And they're even asking me, like, how are you doing that? I was like, I have no idea. I just had like a little system in my head, and I'd just go counting, but then obviously you hear the buzzer and I'd go. But you need to go every single time on that at the exact same time. And I honestly don't know. I was like, don't even ask me. Because if I overthink it, I'm going to lose it. So I was like, I'm just going to just keep doing what I'm doing.
Amazing stuff. And how was it meeting David Coulthard? What was he like to work with?
So sick.
Because he's from a similar part of Scotland to you.
Like his mum's from the same town I'm from, which is the smallest town, like southwest Scotland, Stranraer, middle of nowhere. And I was chatting to him, and he's like, yeah, my mum's from there, this and that. And I knew his mum was from there, but he's such a nice dude, like really nice guy, like just proper good lad. Like just got the crack. And like even with like we were filming stuff together, but even when the cameras weren't on, me and him were just messing around together, going off doing our own thing together. And like he didn't need to do that. Do you know what I mean? And
that's cool.
And he's just proper good lad.
It's I guess a fairly like different level of celebrity, isn't it? F1 versus the bike world, like
completely.
Like those guys are world famous. Can't go anywhere, kind of thing. It's very different.
Completely different. Completely. Like, but he was just such. I was dead nervous to meet him, and then as soon as I met him, he's like, "All right, Kriss, how you getting on?" Like, so Scottish, and he's just like proper. Just we're all made of the same stuff and same people, really, aren't we? So it's like he was, and I'd heard good stuff about him anyway. So it was like, super nice to meet him, and can't wait to hang out with him again.
Yeah, what a project.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah,
very cool, mate. Very cool. Thanks. So you've obviously done that. That was on a BMX, which is kind of where you found your feet and your fame, I suppose.
Yeah.
More recently, you've been involved in the mountain bike stuff as well.
Yeah.
What kind of drove you to get involved in mountain biking?
I think I've always been into it. Like some of my favorite riders, even when I was in BMX, is like Brandon Seminick and stuff like that. So I've always been into it, and I've always loved it. Yeah. And a lot of the people that I look up to, like I say, like Seminick, and then even lads in the UK. We always kind of followed each other, and I always wanted to try it. But I lived like 5 miles away from the skate park at one point, and I didn't have a car. I didn't start driving until I was 24.
Okay.
And I just had like an old crappy hardtail mountain bike, and I'd pedal along the cycle path to the unit, to the skate park, ride my BMX and pedal back. But there was another way I could go, which was over the hill and down, so it's like walkers paths and stuff. But sometimes I go that way, and then I end up like pinging off tree roots and just like end up like riding this crappy hardtail, like, but having so much fun going to the skate park on the mountain bike, and then ride BMX all day. Then I'd ride back over the mountain and over the hill, sorry, and just had so much fun. And I was like, actually, like, I wonder what would happen if I had like an actual decent mountain bike.
Yeah.
And then I got one, and I went to like a couple of bike parks and stuff, and rode some trails, some secret trails and stuff in Scotland, and I loved it. And I was like, this is actually so sick. And it was like a breath of fresh air, I'm like, felt like I'm learning. I've done BMX since I was 10, you know what I mean? So I was done it for so long, and I love it. I absolutely love it, but doing it every day is like, I would get bored of it. And that's why I found mountain biking. I was like, this is like a breath of fresh air. Like I'm learning it all over again. And like the bike's totally different. Like even like learning how suspension and stuff work, and even having brakes on my bike. So it was like, for me, it was all new again, and I loved it. And like I say, like BMX is like, I'd be riding street in cities and that, waiting for traffic to like pedal up and hit a rail, or security chasing you. Whereas on the mountain bike, I was like, I'm in the woods, man, and it's just like, there's no one there telling me to get down off this. It's just like, just me and nature, listening to the birds tweet, and just like, it's like street riding, but in the woods, like bouncing off of trees and jumping over stuff. I
guess that's something you lack in BMX, is that connection to nature in the same way that mountain biking gives you, right?
And it opens up so many more spots. Yeah. Like, it's a whole other side to it. So I'm like, kind of wish that I got into it earlier, but then I don't. It all works out dead, and now I'm loving it, and now I just do both. And I used to beat myself up if I was like riding too much mountain bike, because when I first got in it, I was like, hardly touch my BMX sometimes for like 2 weeks. And then I was like, actually, and I'm not like a pro mountain biker, so I was like, well, I'm pro BMX, so that's meant to be my job. Yeah. So I was like, I should probably be riding that. And then I was like, actually, nah, stuff all that. The reason that I ride my bike is because I love it and I enjoy it. And if I'm not enjoying it, then I'm not going to do it. And I'm always like that. So I'm a strong believer in it. And and then comes in waves. But on an average week now, it comes in waves. Sometimes I ride still more BMX or more mountain bike. It just depends what I'm doing. But it's usually, especially at the minute all it is in Scotland is like BMX in the mornings and then e-bikes in the afternoon because the weather is horrendous. So I've just been doing that at the minute. But
it's a perfect mix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty damn good to do.
Yeah. Bit of indoor, bit of e-bike action.
Yeah, it's
Job
like
done.
Yeah, but I love it.
Cool.
The Wahoo Kicker has become an invaluable part of my training over the last few years, and now there's the updated Kicker Core 2. It brings features you'd normally expect to see on high-end smart trainers, but at a far more accessible price point. The new Core 2 steps things up with Wi-Fi connectivity, a race mode with near instantaneous updates, Bluetooth bridging for heart rate and other sensors, and a redesigned, more stable leg setup. Having a kicker at home has made it easy to stack proper Zone 2 base miles and hit really measured but safe interval sessions whenever I need to, and that has had a huge impact on the quality of my training across the year. So if you're looking for a great value home trainer to level up your riding, then head to wahoofitness.com and check out the new Wahoo Kicker Core 2.
How did you go about getting support within the mountain bike world?
Just kind of like through Instagram. I like putting out like a little Instagram clip of me jumping off a roof onto this electrical box thing, and then like I got quite a lot of views on some things, and then and then Specialized reached out saying they'd like be keen to hook me up with a bike if I'd be interested, and I was like, oh my god, like the best bike brand in the world. I was like 100%, and then kind of started from there, and then a few years went by of just like not being like serious about it or like just messing around really, and then I really wanted to do, Endura came on board as well, actually.
Yeah, how did that come about? Because there's a few of you like Scottish riders with Danny and stuff as well on that brand. So. Yeah, well, it was like always a brand. I was a Nike athlete for like over 10 years. Yeah.
So I was kind of tied up to that. But Endura was something that I always heard, like I always knew about, and it's a Scottish-based brand. And I was like, in an ideal world, I was like, that is like, it suits me to a T. But I could never do it because obviously it was Nike. But yeah, and then that all ended in that. And then I had no sponsor for like ages, like probably over a year, 2 years maybe. And then and I got in touch with Endura, and they were like so keen to do some stuff as well. And then they backed like my first mountain bike video. Nice. And my friend Matty Lambert, he got on that, he filmed that, and he usually films all my BMX stuff, so it was kind of like his first mountain bike video as well. So it was so fresh to us, but we loved it. It was like I say, street riding in the woods, but they believed in me. But I remember thinking, I was like, damn, like they've trusted us, like they're supporting us with this, but what if I can't do it or I'm not that good on it? So yeah, a little bit of pressure with it. But yeah, Endura believed in it, and then like I say, it was like such a good fit for me, to be honest. Like, and especially they were local, like they were based in Livingston, so it's like an hour from my house. Yeah. So it felt pretty connected with the brand, and everyone there was super cool.
Nice. You got a signature collection with those guys now.
Yeah.
That's a pretty special thing to be able to do, right?
Unreal. Like it's like your dream as a kid, isn't it? Getting to like design your own clothes and bikes and stuff. So, and yeah, like they're unreal, and they're so open with my ideas. And also they now just launched this like 4130 kit, which is like, which is unreal, but it's so versatile. And I always want clothes that I can ride on the mountain bike and BMX. I don't want to be like changing costumes, as daft as that sounds, but it's like,
no, I know what you mean.
Like, so I want something that's like versatile for both and still looks sick. So, and those guys are like, they've pretty much nailed it. So, nice. And this stuff is like top quality stuff. I could go on for days about it, but yeah, you should check it out anyway. Class. But it's like, probably good stuff, but they just believe, and they're all for it, and they're all for giving back to riders and stuff as well. And they help me out so much, but and they believe in my vision and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like I say, they were like my first proper mountain bike video, Endura, and then Specialized as well started like giving me a little bit of budget to do some videos, and then Red Bull I done out of season. That was my first like major like big mountain bike video, and I've never felt pressure like it.
I was going to say, did you feel like, is the pressure on more because you're trying to make a name and show you can do it on a mountain bike as well, or is the pressure off because you're a BMX rider and this is like some fun on the side kind of thing?
It was on. Believe me, the pressure was on. it was just, I think like, because all my BMX ones in that I'd done in the past had been like, they'd done all right view-wise and stuff, like Kaleidoscope and that, but it was kind of like my bread and butter. I always knew what I could do in a BMX. But the mountain bike, I always, in my head, I thought I could do stuff. Like I thought I'd never even flipped it or tail whipped it or anything like that. And I was like, we went into these woods in Wales, and just behind Robbie Mead's house actually. And I went in there and I was like, yeah, I'll jump off this house roof. If we build a vert wall into this tree, I'll do all this. Build me a floating like curve wall ride and we'll do all this, lads, easy. Like, and then I got in there and I was like, oh my God. I remember the first day of film, I was like, I don't know if I can do any of this. And what happens if like, I've never even done like a curve wall ride in my mountain bike. I was like, how do you even go about with the suspension? How's it going to work? And I built everything super tight as well, just with my BMX eyes on me, and obviously, and I had a 29-inch wheel in the front, so it was like, I just didn't like. Looking back on it, I know it all worked, thankfully, but the pressure, like I say, it was immense just because Red Bull trusted me. They put so much budget into that, and I was like, if this doesn't work, then I've pretty much just. I've wasted everyone's time.
It was quite a build, wasn't it, to be fair? Like, there's a lot of dirt and a lot of wood went into that.
Yeah, I worked alongside James and that and Dave and that from Revs, and those boys, like, it was like December we filmed that as well.
Yeah. So
trying to get mud to stick on a tree was impossible. We had to use like glue. We had to actually glue the clay onto the tree, which is nuts. That one, like, it worked out as well. Like, somehow managed to, I got broke off on that as well. I broke my ribs on that one. But,
so this was dropping. So you did that roof drop into the vert, like wooden run out, and came off the side in one of the early attempts. Yeah,
I came off the side, but that's me again. Like, I looked at that with the BMX eyes on, and you forget how big the bike is to turn 90 degrees off that hop, and it was like uphill run up. It was just, everything about it was horrendous, and I nearly died though. Thank God my front wheel stayed on that transition, because if it didn't, I'd probably not be talking to you now.
And that was broken ribs, but it took a while. You didn't notice initially, right? You carried on filming.
Like, it hurt, but you just crack on, don't you? You just get up unless you can't. But like, I got up and I was like, oh God, I've only got a couple more of these in me. I hope I don't do that again. And I crashed again, but it wasn't too bad. Then I got up and did it again, landed it, thank God. Then the next night that night I went back, got in the shower, I was like, pretty sore. But the next morning I was in the shower, I was like stretching, I was like, whoa man, don't feel too good, but I only had one day of filming left. So I was like, I'm going to smash it anyway, and then I'm done. Just before Christmas, I was like, it's sick way end of the year, and crashed, just jumping the hip, and just because I didn't have any strength on that right side, and went down, and man, I could not get up. Like, it was just like, it was real bad. And then the lads came down and they seen how much pain I was in, and they were like, you're not riding anymore, you're going to go to hospital and see what you've done, because like, if you've broke a rib and it's going into your lung, we're in the middle of nowhere, it's gonna be bad. But I was like, nah, like, leave me. Like, I was nearly crying. Like, I really wanted to finish the video that bad, and soul destroying, getting in the car and leaving the lads there and then going, and then sure enough, I broke like some ribs under my armpit, and like my shoulder, I had air in my shoulder, so I think it like tried to come out, and then it didn't come out because I didn't know if it came out, but it was like air in there. And so then I had to go home for Christmas, and then, but it worked out well because I came back and I done like the backflip foot plant. So I went home and I came back in February, end of February, and done like the backflip foot plant and a couple of things that I'd missed. So it worked out better. I'm kind of glad it happened, to be honest.
Yeah, fair play. Turned out well. I'll let you have a sip of coffee.
Yeah, sound right.
What was the response like to that then? Because I get that was the first time I kind of saw you in the mountain bike space, and I guess the same for a lot of people, right? Yeah,
the response of that was, I didn't know how it was going to go down, especially like BMXers at the time, and I had some comments saying, "Oh, sell out this and that," but say what you want. But I'm not I do it because I love it, and that's that. It's just people being salty in it. But so I knew I was probably going to get some backlash off people, but I don't really care. And then. It was really good. Like, the response was insane. I think it's had over a million views or something like that. So that is absolutely mental. And I couldn't believe it. And then that kind of secured me with like my Specialized deal. Like, after that, I was like, it got proper. And then I was like, wow, this is like nuts. Maybe I can do both.
Yeah.
And then since then I've done a few more and got another one coming out soon. And I've got loads more in the pipeline for next year as well.
Excellent. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that upcoming film. Is it going to be called Reservoir?
Yeah, it's like, or I don't even have a name for it yet, actually. But I probably should, because it's coming out in like 2 weeks. But
talk us through it. Like, what was the concept behind it?
Pretty much like, I've been riding these dams and reservoirs all over Scotland. Like, we get so much rain, and we've got the best dams everywhere, aren't there? In Scotland and Wales and that. So I always thought thought about riding them because some of them are like big transitions, but they're too rough to ride in a BMX. So I was like, it's kind of ideal for mountain biking. So, and I like it because it's like the adventure of some of these things I find on Google Maps, and they're so far up in the mountains and you can't even drive to them. And I'm dragging like the boys, like some of the lads hate me because I've wasted days of like hiking with my bike. The lads have got the camera gear on and I'm like, yeah, it's only 7 miles up the road to get to this dam, and I get there and it's full of water and you can't ride it. I'm like, and they're like, you. And I was like, well, I didn't know it was going to be full of water. But it's like, it's almost like pool skating, like America, where you find these things on Google Maps and you go into someone's garden and try and ride it. But it's a buzz of like getting there and knowing if this thing's going to be rideable. And if it is, oh my God, it's unreal. And it's breathtaking. Like you're in the mountains, like right far up, snow on the peaks and stuff, and there's nobody around. There's no one ever there. There's also no signal on your phone ever for some reason. So if you crash, it's super dangerous, and they're rough. They're really rough. But it's a whole buzz of like, yeah, like the whole of like, yeah, just adventure, really. Like adventure. It's almost like a new thing I've discovered, I feel like. But I've been to a lot. I've been to a lot in Scotland, a lot of Wales. Actually, while I'm down here, I was looking on the maps this morning and seeing what was in the area. But so it's pretty cool. I'm quite happy with it. Like I'd obviously want to do more stuff, but the weather's kind of came in now, and whatever, you always want more, don't you? But I'm happy with what we've got, and it's kind of cool. It's something totally different, and it's kind of BMX vibe, but on the mountain bike, and it's just something different.
There's some nuts like shots in it. We mentioned before we hit record, like that bit where you're riding the full pipe. Yeah. But like, I don't know how far up on this nearly vert damn wall looks. It's an incredible shot.
Yeah, thank you.
To see you drop out of that and ride off, I wasn't expecting that element of it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was that was sketchy, that, because we had like ladders and ropes and stuff to climb up to it, but the ladders on the extension weren't even tall enough, so we had to take them out and lean them on like the very top bit. My mate was holding them for me to climb in there, and then there was only one way down, really, because you couldn't even climb back down on a ladder. It was too sketchy, so I just had to drop in it. But
how are you getting ladders up there? Someone got those on their back to hike up?
Yeah, I put the boys through hell, to be honest. So thanks to the lads.
That's a good commitment.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what I liked about it, is like I made a list of them around the UK, and we just drove with like 2 vans full of everything that we needed, and like brushes, shovels, everything. I had to clean some of them out, and good bit of graft. But and some of them I was riding that were still full of water, still riding them, doing flares and stuff in them. But yeah, it was sketchy. But I really loved it, and it was something new, and it was like something totally different.
Definitely, well worth a watch. Do you always have a big edit on the go? Are you the sort of person that's always working on some kind of big project?
Yeah, I like to, as soon as I finish one, or before I'm even finished one, I'm already thinking about what's next and what I want to do. A lot of the time I've been on big projects and they're like, just get this one out of the way first and then we'll get on to the next one. But I'm just like 100 miles an hour, just like already want to be doing something else. Like, but yeah, constantly. You never know what you're going to get up to though, because like, I don't know. And I don't know what else I'm going to do, but there'll be some other, well, I've got an idea. Well, I do have a good idea. But
okay, good. Do you ever have ideas that you end up deciding are too risky? Like, how do you draw the line? Because you've done you've jumped out of a helicopter, you've like ridden a skate bowl underneath a hot air balloon, however many 1,000 meters up. You've jumped over a Formula 1 car as it's driving at you. Like, you've done some pretty nuts stuff for what most people would say is like, does the risk outweigh the reward kind of thing? Like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a strong believer in think these ideas and I just visualize it over and over and lie to myself that I can do it. And then before you know it, you said you'll do it, so you'll need to do it. And you can do it. Like, it's pretty crazy what the human body can do. Like, it's just not every day you get the opportunity to do something that extreme, but we can all do it. It's just, I feel like the risk in that is always there, but I don't ever think about it really. Stuff can go wrong, but I just don't ever think about it.
Do you ever get pulled back on like the scale of your ideas? Do Red Bull or whoever ever say like, this might be a step too far, this bit, Kriss?
Yeah. Like the balloon one, I didn't even want to do it with a parachute on. Like,
okay.
I when I first pitched it, I was going to jump out, and I wanted to do, because I was scared of heights, I wanted to learn how to skydive for like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
and do all that. But they were saying it was too dangerous because it's pretty much a base jump and you need so many jumps.
Because you're so low in the grand scheme.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2,500 feet, so it's pretty much a base jump. But yeah, and then they were like, well, and we thought it was going to be a quicker turn, and it was. And so I probably could have done it all then, but anyway, I'm happy with it. But yeah, so but then they were like you can't do it without, we're not letting you in there without, because I was like, well, I'm not riding my parachute on because people are going to think I'm going to jump out, so I was like, I don't want to do that. And then they're like, well, obviously we're not going to let you in there without one, because if you go over the side, you don't have one, you're going to be dead, aren't you? So
yeah,
but I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to go over the side. But they were like, but yeah, so that's like the only time really. But that's obviously, looking back, that's me just being an idiot. And be like, yeah, like, and the only thing that annoyed me about the parachute, it kind of affected my riding because it weighed like 20% of my own body weight. The thing was so heavy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's like 2 parachutes in there. So it's like,
yeah,
it was a heavy bit of kit. So it was like, felt like when I was doing flares and stuff, I felt like someone was like pulling me back, you know what I mean? So
I guess it just shows your confidence, right? You're like, well, I'm not gonna fall out of this.
Yeah,
that's not my plan. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I've got this dialed.
Do not plan on that.
Yeah.
But then I guess it's just me being naive, I guess. But yeah. But apart from that though, like they believe in me like so much, and
super cool.
I've got tattooed them. Yeah, I've showed it to a few people. I've got the balloon tattooed on.
Oh, nice! And the Red Bull logo.
Yeah, and the
well.
Red Bull one.
Happy days.
And that's what I always thought. I was like, when I was getting the Red Bull logo on me, it's like, you know, people probably think that that's a bit stupid or whatever, but it's not, because I was like, being a Red Bull athlete for like almost 14 years now, and without them I would not be able to live the life that I've had, and they've gave me everything like that I've got, and taking me to places that I've never been, like that I can only ever dream of going to. And yeah, literally they've made me live my dreams, so no matter what, like I've always got that on my leg, and I love them to bits. And
yeah, they've been a big part of your life, a huge part of your life, really.
Yeah, ginormous. And yeah, they're unbelievable. So yeah,
fair dues. Do you ever feel the pressure to outdo the last edit? Because like, I mean, you've done some crazy stuff. Do you feel like, right, I've got to go bigger this time? How do you think about it?
Yeah, like it's not very much like outdo the last video I've done. It's like I just want to do something totally different each time.
Okay.
Like, yeah, go from one extreme to another, really. But yeah, the last ones have been kind of stunty, I guess, because it was like the balloon one, which is like floating in the air, and then the car one. I've always wanted to do something with like a car, especially F1. So that was super cool. And then I've always wanted to do something with water as well, and snow and fire.
Yeah.
Like, but there is ideas, but maybe one day we'll get to them. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to do something that's like show bikes in like a different light as well, to put it to like a bigger audience outside of just the core.
Yeah.
And a lot of these videos, a lot of them have had millions and millions of views, and it's pretty cool to get the sport out there, especially that BMX is so small still. So like when I do these big ones, it's cool to push it mainstream and then get more people into riding, and it just makes it better for everyone, more people in the sport. So yeah, but like there is always pressure. I do want to beat the one that I've done, but just in a different way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. How much thought goes into like getting views and clicks versus you doing something you're like creatively proud of?
I think as long as I'm happy with what I've done, I couldn't care less.
Okay.
And like some of my favorite videos are like they've not done that well on views.
Okay.
But I've had the best time on those trips, and I've had the best time doing it, and I really like the video, so I'm not too bothered. Obviously it's great to get millions of views. I'm not going to say it's not. Like, I also can't believe it. And then when it goes good, it's like, wow, like crazy. Like this is absolutely nuts. But I don't really beat myself up about that side of it. I just enjoy what I do, and if I enjoy what I do, then that's, I've done what I'm happy and done my job, really.
I guess you've got like two main styles of video. You've got the like you call it a stunt kind of thing, and then you've got a more like edit based video. Do you have a preference like between the two? Do you prefer doing one over the other, or?
Not really, no. They are both different, I guess, because like on the big ones, it's like you're going on action. It's like in 3, 2, 1, and action, Kriss, and it's like it's pretty funny. But then the lads that film those videos also come on my other ones, and sometimes now, like if we're doing drone stuff for that, I'll be on loudspeaker to Matty Lambert on the phone, Andrew Lawrence on a drone, and Matty will count me down, and I'm not used to 3, 2, 1 action, Kriss. We do it, and we don't even need to do it, but I like quite like going on it. But yeah, for me, I enjoy them just as much as I enjoy filming a small one. But sometimes the bigger ones are almost better because you get more people involved. Like I get all my friends in there, and I get all my friends paid as well, which is good. So it's
cool.
like, and then if we can all get something out of it, and have a good time while doing it, then those ones are the ones. But
I feel like we get to know you a bit better in the stunt ones as well, because you tend to do like pieces to camera a bit more, and whereas a riding edit's a riding edit. We understand you through your riding, but we don't hear from you.
Yeah, and
they're very different in feel. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's I guess that's it. A lot of people get to see the different side to me and who I am. But if I could do a big project every day, I probably would.
Okay.
But I'd probably be broken off quite a lot. But like, I wish I could do them all the time.
Do you find it hard to like be motivated when there isn't a project on the go?
Just want one all the time. Yeah. It's like I'm constantly sending rebel ideas and people like writing them up, and I must send like, I don't know, close to anywhere between 25 to 50 ideas a year, probably. Probably something like that.
Got an active brain.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, quite a lot. Some of them are absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. But then some of them are good. Well, I think are good. A lot of them are good, actually.
Yeah. You've done a lot of good stuff so far. Would you ever like do a collab kind of thing? Like with someone like Danny, or it would feel like an obvious one, but I haven't seen much of that stuff done. Nah,
we might be doing one now. I think we are. I won't be able to say anything really about it, but fair. Hopefully next year we'll be doing something together.
Nice.
We both had the same idea, which is funny. So I think that's probably why we're doing it together. Well, it's a very similar idea.
Yeah.
But
does it involve e-bikes?
No, it doesn't.
Surprises me.
I know. Yeah. I know how much he loves them. But yeah, it's cool. Like Danny's like one of my best friends, and it's funny when I've spoken to him about ideas, or he said about ideas, and I'm like, no way, I thought that was it's just so funny. But yeah, his brain's insane as well. And we've done some stuff for his YouTube channel where we rode together. We rode trials bikes, BMX together, and then also the mountain bikes. But it'd be cool to do more stuff with him, and more collab stuff would be sick.
Yeah, that would be cool. There's so many riders out there doing interesting stuff that pooling your brains and seeing what comes out would be pretty interesting, I think. Yeah,
it'd be sick.
Nice. Let's find out a little bit about how you got to this point, because I think it's fair to say your childhood story is not mainstream.
Pretty mental story, really.
Like, you've discovered BMX, I think, through your older brother, right? And that's quickly become quite a passion for you.
Yeah. So like originally, like I'm like I say, I mentioned earlier, I was from Stranraer, southwest Scotland, kind of middle of nowhere. It's a little coastal town. It was nice growing up there for the short time that I lived there. But yeah, like my parents would take me out to the skate park, and because my older brother used to ride BMX, and I'd see him and his mates ride, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I want to do this. It looked like he was having the best time, like him and his friends were having the sickest time, and I was like, I want to do what he's doing. So for my 10th birthday, I like begged my mum and dad for like a small BMX. And I got it. It was a Harrow 360, this tiny little bike. And God, I was hooked on it. And I don't think he was too stoked though, because I was like the annoying little brother.
Cramping his style. Yeah. What's the age gap?
4 years between us.
But yeah, enough.
Enough for me to be really annoying. And it was good. He was really good to me as well. But yeah, we were just riding. We were like best friends, to be honest. And he was unreal at riding. Like, he is really good. I always said to him, I was like, man, if you'd have kept at it, mate. Like, because his style was had the best style, like proper, really good style. But yeah, he just fell out of it. Got into some other stuff, but yeah, like I say, I was riding with him, and ended up being friends with his friends, but they were all older than me. But we'd go up to Unit 23 skate park. I'd get the train with them, which would be 3.5 hours up to Dumbarton, which was where the biggest indoor skate park in the UK was at the time. And it was a proper skate park, like grimy, sketchy. But I remember going in there and riding an 8-foot quarter pipe for the first time, and I was like, it felt like it felt massive, and I was tiny, because all the ramps in Stranraer were like, I don't know, 3 foot tall.
Yeah, okay.
And metal. But yeah, so I'd get a train with them maybe like once a month, and then they were older than me, so they could start getting into stuff, drinking and driving or whatever and stuff, and I couldn't because I was just super young. But there was not really many kids my age that were from Stranraer that done the same as I did, so no kids really shared the same passion that I did. So I'd go to school and wouldn't really have many friends that shared what I did, and so I didn't really have many mates, as bad as that sounds. But so I kind of took it into my own hands. I'd be riding by myself at the skate park and that. And then I'd get the train by myself at the weekend, which is like 3.5 hours. And I remember being like so young. I'd been like 12 and stuff, and had to go into Glasgow and come from a small town, going into a big city like that. And there's junkies everywhere. And I had to change train stations, pedal through the city at night. And it was so sketchy, but I get to Unit 23 ride there. There's kids same age as me that shared the same passion I did and get super stoked. So I started making friends there. Then I'd come home and I'd be in school, high school, just started it, and I hate it. Like I know every kid says, no, it's not for me, this and that, but it generally wasn't. It'd be like a super sunny day. And I'd be in there in registration class and I'd be like, what am I doing in here? Like just, I went out here, I didn't have any mates. So I think that's why it wasn't very good. So I lived 2 minutes away from the school. So I'd go home, get my bike and just go riding. And then my mum would call me and be like, where are you? Like, the teacher's seen you're not in school. And I was like, I didn't feel well. So I went home, but I felt better. So then I was like, I'll just go riding. And then, or like I needed a toilet. So I'm like, I'll go home and do it there and then go riding. But it sucked because like my mum was a teacher at school. She was like a helper teacher, like helping kids with disabilities and stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad was a janitor.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law was a geography teacher there. So I think that's kind of what else made it hard for me was having that.
Having your family at school just makes it even harder. Right?
Yeah,
kids are not kind with stuff like that generally.
So that was kind of tough, but my mum and dad were like super supportive. That went on for a bit. That I was doing that kind of dog in school. And I was never bad in school or anything like that. I was never bad at all. But I'd like fall asleep in a class to get sent to timeout, but when I would get sent there, I'd just go home. I'd be like, mate, I'm going home. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going home. And then I got caught a few times doing that. And I was like, yeah, hated it. But then mum was super supportive. She'd give me, like I say, I was going up to Unit 23, made friends up there all of a sudden. I wanted my life to be up there. And mates, they were older than me up there as well. And they were like, look, why don't you come up and stay for like the weekend or whatever and then go home. So my mum would give me a day off school, but a day off would turn into 2 days. I wouldn't come home and I'd be like, I've run out of money so I can't get a train back. And it got really bad though at one point. I remember coming home and like my mum was like crying and stuff because she was like, I can't keep making up excuses for you. Like people think like you're like seriously ill or something's wrong with you. And I was like, I hate, like, why won't people just leave me alone? Like just leave me alone. I hated it. But I felt so bad. Like I'll never forget my mum crying. And that was real bad. That's when I felt like a bag of rubbish doing that. Yeah, I mean, putting her through that.
Yeah, fair.
But I still kept doing what I was doing. And like I say, and then like we nearly got took to court. My attendance was like, police and stuff were getting involved in that. It was like gnarly. And I remember saying, I was like, why don't everyone just leave me alone? Like, leave me alone. And then I like couch surfed all around Glasgow, stayed in some sketchy bits. Like I stayed in this place. I remember staying in this place called Blantyre with my mate Ryan. He was a super nice lad as well. And we went back to his house that night and his neighbour had been murdered. We couldn't even get into his house, mate. The police had taped the whole street off and stuff, and it was mental. And it was like a semi-detached house, so like, we were living in it and mate's getting murdered next door, his neighbour. So, and then that skate park as well, the chavs, or Neds as we call them, would throw darts at you. And so it was like, yeah, it was just like so sketchy. But I like couch surfed around the whole of Glasgow, like pretty much the whole of Scotland, to be honest. Overstayed my welcome quite a lot of places. Like I just wouldn't leave. Never had any money or anything like that. Didn't really realise what I was doing or what path I was going to go down. But,
what age are you at this point? Like,
I'd have been like 4. Yeah, well, I left home at 14. I'd have been.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
super young.
14, mate. Yeah, and then I was really pally with Chick, the guy that owns the skate park. His sons, they were like the same age as me and stuff. So I stayed. Then Chick took me in. So I was living with him and his wife and that, and he really looked after me. He's like a second dad to me. And then I've stayed there for so long, and then I think one day his wife had enough and she was like, look, you need to go home, Kriss, and get out of here. And I think Chick could see like how much I wanted to just be there, and he was like, look, if you want, it's like you can live in the skate park. And I was 15 turning 16 then, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, for real? And he's like, yeah, if you want, you can. And I was like, oh my God, this is like this dream. Like, because I know people like had Woodward in America and you can go and stay there, but this was like, well, the complete opposite version of it. It was like,
not quite as polished as Woodward at that point, right?
Nah, but I couldn't believe it, and I was so stoked. So I slept on like a 2-seater couch. He bought me a sleeping bag as well and stuff. All the while though, I was lying to my mum and dad. I said to them that I was staying with with a friend still. And I lived in that skate park for 2 years without my mum and dad even noticing. They still thought I was living with a friend.
Were you going home occasionally to like catch up with them? How did that? No, just keeping in touch every now and again.
I go home once a year.
Yeah.
If I had to at Christmas for like 2 days.
Did your parents, they must have found that hard. Like, I know they were very supportive of you and you doing what you wanted to do that you clearly felt very strongly about, but have you talked about it like since with them?
Yeah, like my mum and I, so like they'd come up and visit me.
Yeah.
But I'd always meet them at the skate park. So they would always think, and I just said I was staying with my friend Gib. Yeah. And then he was actually lying for me as well, because he'd be in the skate park and my mum would come up and like, they'd come up like once a month or something like that and visit me. So they were super nice to do that. And they'd try and give my friend Gib like some money for like looking after me, and he'd be like, oh okay, and he had to take it because he's like, can be like, no, he's not living with me. So I was like, just take it, man, shut up. He's like, so yeah, they didn't. And then I remember telling my mum and dad, because my clothes were stinking and stuff as well, and I went home one Christmas time and I hadn't been washing my clothes with it. And my dad's like, what the hell? Like, is he even washing your clothes? And I was like, nah. I was like, to be honest with you, I was like, I've been living in the skate park for like 2 years. And he's like, what? You've been living in it? I was like, yeah. But and they're like, can't live there. And I was like, well, I'm still alive. I've been living there for 2 years. So yeah, like, it shows you that I can do it.
I've proven myself.
So just let me do it. So
gnarly place to live though, right? It's like an old kind of World War hangar from back in the day that's been turned into a skate park. Like, it's not a modern, clean, fresh build. Proper
scary one. Yeah, it was using the war to build parts of planes. Then it was a distillery, and then it was derelict for a few years, and then it was a skate park. But it was super gnarly. Yeah, the things that I'd hear in there at night by myself was like footsteps and stuff, like proper, like honestly, like scary. But I think it's just my mind playing tricks on me.
Well, and wasn't the caretaker winding you up, telling you ghost stories and stuff? Yeah,
and like the woman that worked in the cafe, she would she still says it's haunted. Like she says it's proper haunted. but yeah, and but I lived in there for a year by myself, and then one of my friends, Quinny, he moved in, and after that he had no money as well, me and him, and we moved through the back. So I moved out of the office. I was sleeping in the office on a 2-seater couch. When he moved in, I wasn't scared anymore to go through the back, because it was super scary in there. And we lived in there on couches, and then me and him shared a pull-out sofa bed for a few years. And we also shared like underwear and stuff, like proper, like shared clothes.
Yeah.
And everything, and money, and shared it all.
How are you feeding yourself?
So I was living on like sweeties and stuff out of the cafe in the skate park, and hot dogs and stuff. Like my diet was like, I swear I've probably knocked years off my life with what I have done. But I was living on that. And then but check that on the skate park, he'd make his like meals here and there, like proper good meals. So he really looked at, he was like a second dad, like, and without him, like, none of this would be possible. None of this. I owe my whole life to him for sorting it out.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, like unbelievable.
Yeah. And that Unit 23 gang grew, right? There was quite a lot of you by the end of your time there.
It was mental, like such a mad place. It was almost like someone was holding a magnet in there, and it was pulling like all us boys, because we're all from all over the UK. Like it's like it was crazy, but we all have like mad upbringings. So it was like so weird. And we're all still best of mates. Like it's crazy, but and the lads are all successful as well. Like they've all got their own businesses now and this and that. So I'm like, how the hell did this ever happen?
It's really cool, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's like crazy. They're all doing really well for themselves. But yeah, it was like someone was holding a magnet there, and just they'd come up and stay for like a weekend, and then a weekend would turn into a week, and then that's 2 weeks, and then before you know it, it's 5 months down the line, but then it turned into, I lived there for 8 years. At one point, there was 12 of us living there, and we built rooms in the workshop illegally. We were all living there illegally, and we built a mezzanine, and it was like a hotel. We had 6 rooms down one side, 6 rooms down the other, and we all went to IKEA one time, and we all bought like our own rooms. We spent thousands in there, and it was proper. I was just there at the weekend of the 23 years of Unit 23 Jam, and all the rooms are still there. People were staying there, and that, like, me and the lads stayed there that night, and it was just so cool to go and relive it all again, staying there.
Incredible. Was there ever a time that you were like, you thought about leaving it, like, because it can't have been easy, right, through a cold winter? And
it was really hard at some points. It was really hard, nights were bad when it was myself as well. yeah, I'd be living on like Pringles and juice. And I remember just sitting in there thinking like, kind of miss my mum and dad, and like I kind of want, like I miss like having a house, like a warm house. But sure enough, 9 a.m. the next day would roll around, everyone would be in, I'd be riding, and it outweighed the crappiness of having to sleep there and be homeless pretty much. So
yeah, and you just put in infinite amounts of time on a bike, I guess. Right? That's where you did your reps and
definitely
built your career.
Definitely, yeah. It's like, and the more you do, the better you get. But yeah, like I never thought it would happen to me, because it was like always America that you see all these people that it would be. And for me, I was like, it's never going to happen. A kid from Stranraer, it's never going to happen. Like unheard of. But I don't know. We're all made of the same stuff, and the passion was there for it. All I cared about was that bike, and as long as you're passionate enough about it, doesn't matter what it is, you can bloody do it. It doesn't matter your upbringing. We're all made of the same stuff. So get after it and dream big in it. But I'm so thankful. It worked out, because it could have went another way. And wow.
Well, you put in the graft though, right? And then talk us through that transition a little bit, because I think so. Nike were the first people to spot you and pick you up, right?
Yeah. So Nike, that was just after I left home actually. So I was 14.
Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. But it wasn't like paid or that, but it was free stuff. And I was like, oh my god, man, like free Nike stuff. This is like
that's the dream.
Yeah, like unbelievable. Yeah. Like, I was riding a contest called the Backyard Jam in Sheffield. And the Nike guy came up to me, and he came up, my mum and dad took me to it as well, and they came up to me and he was like we really like Kriss's style, like we'd love to hook him up with Nike stuff. And I was like, I didn't really believe it. And then sure enough, it was like, I got home and there would be boxes that would come to house that. But then when I left home, I had to get everything sent to the unit. So I'd be getting boxes and Nike stuff sent to you. I had all the boys kitted out in Nike stuff. That I generally would like trade, like I'd trade like my Nike stuff and for like something off the lads or whatever I needed. I'd trade it, because I'd, like I said, I didn't have money, so it's the only way I could get by. But so that was pretty nuts. But like that went on for a while. But like I say, like it was just free stuff. No, I wasn't making any money or anything. Just like flow stuff. Yeah, which is unbelievable, because without that, I wouldn't have any clothes. So it
sorts that problem out.
Yeah, so that worked out, and then kept riding, and then when I was 16, Grant Smith from BSD, I got sponsored by BSD, and they started paying me like £100 a month to ride for them. And I was like, to go from nothing, I felt like I was a millionaire. Like,
at that age as well, right?
Oh my god, man! I felt like I was loaded, and I could make that money last.
Yeah.
So I started getting like £100 a month and started to travel, like going to France and Europe and stuff. So, and I was like, this is a job, man. Like this is like, I'm getting paid to go and do this now. Like, this is nuts. And then I think from that was fuel at the fire, just like thinking, hold on, like
started to realize it was possible.
Can be done, yeah. So then just kept riding and living my dream. And I think 'cause I'm so happy and passionate about it, with that, just positivity and stuff, it all just comes at once, I guess. So it just grew arms and legs, and then I turned pro for Nike as well when I was 18. So started getting paid then. Yeah. And then Red Bull as well after that. So, and then that's when it was like, wow, this is mental. Like I'm actually doing this as a job. But even I wasn't like much, but it was still enough like to live on, especially when I was living in the skate park. So like it was unbelievable.
Yeah, and then Red Bull and the Kaleidoscope project, I guess, was the big turning point for you to kind of
that
find your way out of the skate park life.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Like literally that video changed my life, Like Kaleidoscope was like, first big Red Bull project ever done, and that was just a dream come true, getting to like to build all these things that had my mind, like trampolines and stuff and moving objects and stuff, just crazy.
That was a nuts production, right? Like that must have been a huge amount of work behind the scenes to make that happen.
Oh, a lot, the lads were working hard on that. But like that was another one. They just believed in the vision and the dream and let me do it, which I still can't believe. Like that's a big step for them. I often think back to it and think they just believed in me then, like a young kid, and just to do that, it was pretty nuts. But I'm so thankful for that video. I'd actually love to do another one. So I would.
Kaleidoscope too.
Oh my god, I've got mad ideas for it. But maybe
there was quite a lot of mad ideas in the first one.
Maybe one day I'll get to do another.
Fair play.
But like that one, like also it was like the first time working with like a partnership with like Sony. So I'd never done anything like that. And then and I was on adverts for like this new phone, and it was like on billboards and stuff, but I got paid on that, and I made 60 grand on that. I don't even care about talking money because I'm quite upfront guy. And I couldn't believe it. I'd never had that amount of money in my life.
I was going to say, coming from where you've come from and what you've been through, that's a nuts amount of money.
Unbelievable amount of money.
Yeah.
And like, even to this day, it's a lot. But yeah, I was like, but I always said to myself, I never had a house. I never had anywhere I could call home. And I always said, if I ever make any money, no matter what I'm doing, first thing I'm doing is buying myself a house. And so I made that 60K, and I put every single penny of that into my first house. And I'm not joking, every bloody penny. And I remember I got the keys to the house, and I got in there, and then my girlfriend moved in with me as well. And my girlfriend's dad at the time came round, and I had nothing in it. I had a mattress on the floor. I had a stained mattress on the floor. And he's like, you can't live in here. He's like, you mad, Kriss? You cannot live in here. And I was like, well, I can. I was like, you have no idea where I've been living for like the past 8 years.
Yeah, this is like, luxury.
I'm telling you, mate, this is like, I don't care. I'm here. Like, this is unreal. So ended up, I had no TV, no nothing, no couches to sit on, no nothing. So I had to go to like the old folks' home they were giving away like old sofas. So I just grabbed like a bunch of like free sofas, and I'd just be like taking free stuff, looking in skips, like stuff like that. And then I just kind of accumulated stuff. But it was gnarly. But
was it a hard adjustment because you've been living with all your mates in this incredible community that you've sort of been there from the ground up, right? Like they're your best friends, you do everything together, you know, you've got this incredible bubble, and then suddenly you've stepped away from it, and it's cool because it's what you want, but it's very different. For sure, yeah. Like don't get me wrong, like I missed the lads, but I felt like I'd been there for 8 years, and you're living like living with like 8 brothers pretty much. Do you know what I mean? Or 12 of us, 12 brothers. It was like it was nuts. So yeah, like I say, I'd been there for 8 years, and there was the final stages, there was 12 of us in there, and it was getting pretty like, it was pretty nuts. Like even on some nights we'd do like Friday night fights, and we'd all like fight each other with boxing gloves and beers, and just gnarly stuff. But yeah, it was great. There was never like anything, there was not like any proper fights up, but it was really good. But the time was right for me to get out and get my own place, and especially that having a girlfriend and that, instead of bringing her in there, and just like, it was pretty grimy. So for her to have like the house, it was really good. But then with that as well, I was like, I just wanted to pay my mortgage off as well. So any money I got after that through my career, I put it every single penny in that house. So fair play.
Yeah.
And then you got stung with a tax bill.
Oh, that as well. Wow, that got me good. So because I wasn't really paying tax really, because I wasn't making that much money, and obviously I made that 60K. Can't believe it, and I got hit with a 21 grand tax bill. Couldn't believe it out of the blue, and I was like, how am I going to pay this?
Because it's all gone in the house, right?
Yeah, it all gone. So, but I managed to pay it. That was a lesson learned as well. So
it's all the stuff that they don't. I mean, you weren't at school, right? I guess, but like they don't teach you at school. So.
Nah, but it annoyed me because it's like I worked so hard for that, and you're just taking that off me. Like obviously, I get it, but at the time I was like, lesson, oh my god. So it's just such a stinger, but you live and you learn.
Class.
Yeah.
And so things have moved on a lot, right? You're a father now.
Yeah, I am as well. Yeah.
Congratulations, dude. How's that changed things for you?
He's unreal. He's called Vinny, and he's like, don't know. I always wanted. Well, yeah, obviously, I always wanted to be a dad, but don't know. I watched a few of my friends that I lived with in the skate park have kids and that as well, and like. They're young lads as well, but they're the best dads. I think they're like my mates are like the best dads in the world, and I just want to be like them. They're like big brothers to me, so I look up to them, and I kind of want to be like them as well. So like, and then obviously the time's right for me to have my little man as well, and me and the wife. So yeah, and I just thought the time is right now. I'm like, I'll never be able to do it any other time really. So I was like, now, and super fortunate, I don't know. But yeah, it's like honestly the dream. Like it's pretty crazy to think that you're someone's dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'd always thought about it, but I was like never knew when I was gonna do it. And like I'm 33 now, so it's like and the time's perfect, and I want to give him the best life that I possibly can, and get him into whatever he's into. But at the minute he's loving bikes, and he's only 20 months, so just over a year and a half. But man, he's so stoked. Like, and that's another thing I think about these videos. It's like, it's pretty sick because my dad used to tell me how good he was at football and stuff, but he isn't nothing to show for it. So I don't know if he's lying to me or whatever. but like, there's no videos to look back on or photos really. So whereas my little man now, it's like, I could tell him stuff like I jumped over from a long car, like jumped out of helicopters, and he'd probably go, oh yeah, right, Dad. But then like you can see the videos. So it's like I keep thinking that I'm building like a good portfolio for him to look back on and think, damn, like my dad done that.
It's a pretty good bragging it in the schoolyard. Like, my dad jumped over an F1 car.
It'd be pretty funny, yeah. But yeah, so I kind of do it for him as well. It's like fuel to the fire and try and be cool.
Yeah, nice. Does it give you any more insight into what it must have been like for your parents? Because like, it must have been super challenging for them to support you, and they've made the right decisions because you've been super successful, but they can't be easy things to deal with. Like now you've got a son. Yeah. Does it make you think about that stuff more? Or?
Definitely. Like, I don't know how I'd feel like if he said to me when he was 14 that he was off. Like, because I remember seeing my nephew and he's 14. I'm like, damn, he's a baby. I'm like, I can't believe it.
It's young,
left. Yeah. But to be honest, like, I don't think my mum and dad had much of a choice. I was so headstrong and going. So, and they believed in me. So, and it's like, it's paid off, thank God. And like, I've helped them out with stuff. Like I bought my dad cars and stuff like that in the past and that. And yeah, like, it's nice to get back because they helped me out. Like they believed in me, letting me go. Because a lot of people think, damn, like his mum and dad must have neglected him. But nah, my mum and dad are like the coolest in the world.
Yeah. To let you live your dream is
unreal.
It's very impressive. Unreal. I would find that very hard to deal with as a parent, I think, and
for sure
they've done it and it's worked out super good.
Yeah, like without them letting me go and do it, I wouldn't be able to do it. So they believed in me, and I'm super proud. Like I bring them along to the premieres and stuff of like stuff I've done, and my mum can't believe it that I actually somehow do this as a job. But I'm proud of it. Like,
yeah, you should be. And you went back to your old school, right, and gave a little talk to the kids.
Yeah.
How did you approach that? Because you can't, like, I'm sure the teachers didn't want you to just stroll in and be like, yeah, sack off school.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of people in the crowd were like, you didn't go to school though, did you? I was like, no, not really. But nah, it was like, it felt good, to be honest. It was one place that I said I'd never go back to and do that, just because there was like one teacher there, and he said to me, he was like, you'll never amount to anything if you forget the bike. And I still remember it, my English teacher. I'll not name him, but I remember it. But why would you say that to a kid? And I'm like, I still remember it, man. So that really annoyed me. And then, but it's like, then I felt like as soon as you do anything remotely successful somewhere, people try and latch on it. But not saying that they did that, but then you outweigh the bigger picture. And at the end of the day, I'm all for giving back to kids and stuff like that. And I like to think back, if someone came into the school that done something remotely cool back then and gave the time of day to talk about some stuff, then I would be so stoked on that. So you need to look at that side and not the other people behind it. And I was super. I spoke to my brother and told him I was going down. He's like, I can't believe you're doing it. He's like, I would not do that. He's like, you're a lot nicer than me. He's like, I would not be going there and doing that. But it felt good to go there and like do it. And they showed the Bloom project and stuff. And I said to like, there's not much going on there for kids. There's nothing down there. Every time I go home, there's more shops and shops shut down, and it's a neglected kind of place. But yeah, just to give the kids a bit of inspiration, really, because like it doesn't matter what it is. It could be football, dancing, art, like anything. As long as you're fishing or anything like that, like as long as you're passionate enough about it, doesn't matter where you're from, your upbringing or anything like that. Like you can do it. Like you can. You just need to believe, but you need to want it. You need to want it every day. You need to want it. It's not because a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're so lucky." No, I'm not lucky at all. Like I'm not. Like sure enough, I am for some stuff, but no one knows the graft that I went through in there. Like the lonely nights and stuff. Like so, no one knows the graft. So, but yeah, but I was stoked to go down and do that, to be honest, and I felt great after it. And people had loads of questions from me, and especially more so the parents. They were like asking like loads of stuff. But yeah, one of the guys was like, but you didn't go to school, did you? And I was like, oh, not really. I was like, I went here for about a year, but and I wouldn't say to your kids just leave. Do you know what I mean? It's not the smartest thing to do, but I don't know, do what you want.
Yeah, shows what you can do when you apply yourself, right?
Exactly. Like you make it happen. So
yeah, follow your dream.
Yeah. So, but it felt good to go and do that, and I've done a few talks to like other random schools, but that one was like, I don't know, felt good to get off a chest to go down and be like the bigger man and not hold a grudge to those teachers.
Yeah, bit of closure maybe.
Yeah, definitely, and just to show and I show them that it can be done.
Good on you. So you've obviously gone from having nothing, like living off sweets in a sleeping bag on a sofa in a skate park, to becoming successful, to having a career, to owning your own house and all this kind of stuff. So you've lived with money and you've lived without money.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it has any link to happiness?
Not at all, really. I think because I never had it. And I think I genuinely never had it. So it's like, sure enough, yeah, it gets you like nice stuff and stuff that you want. But I don't know, I've always been quite smart of it, even when I have had it. But it definitely, I'd say there's a bit there because you can go away and do stuff and you do need money. And it's, especially the world we live in now, I hate how expensive everything is. Like we were talking about a minute ago, shops and that and having kids. Jeez, I don't know how people do it. But for me, I think I could honestly go back to having absolute zero. And I think sounds so daft. People saying, yeah, he's only saying that. But I generally know what it's like, and I'm pretty damn content with everything that I have in my life. All I need is my dogs, my wife, my son. I don't need anything else. Take everything else away from me, and that's all I need.
And a bike.
Yeah, put me back in a minute.
Well, the rooms are still there, mate.
Yeah, they are, yeah. I mean, the lads always often talk about it, like, should we just move back in and just go back to it?
That must have been a hell of a blast from the past, like being there this weekend for the jam and like staying in the rooms and stuff.
Unreal, like the stuff that, looking back at that, what we were doing in there, we had a hot tub in there as well. You should have seen this thing, honestly. It was in a room with no windows, and it was just like this blow up hot tub. At one point there was like 20 of us one night. We had 20 of us in it. I don't know how we'd done it, but I remember like the next day, and it was like a sheet of skin in there that you had to peel off to like clean it. It was horrible, man. Like, but like I'd go in there, and like in the mornings, me and Chick, the owner that owns the skate park, would be in there in this room, just me and him in the hot tub on like a Monday morning. On like a Monday morning, me and Chick could be in there in the hot tub, and it would just be me and him in this room with no windows in the back of this warehouse. No one even knew we were in there. It's like, this is so random, just me and him chatting in there. But yeah, it's the best place on earth. I even got tattooed on my neck as well. I got Unit 23 Home Forever on the side of my neck.
Nice.
That was one of my first big tattoos I got as well. But yeah, I owe it all to that place, and I love it, and I'll never move that far away from it. Like, first house was 5 miles the other direction, and then the house that I live in now is 5 miles in the other direction. So I'm always within the vicinity.
How much time do you spend at the unit these days?
A lot. If I'm home,
yeah.
If I'm home, I'm there most mornings.
Yeah.
And whether I'm riding or I'm just going and chatting with my lads. Like, I was there yesterday morning with my little man before coming down here, and I don't know, it just feels like home. It feels like I'm sitting in my living room almost. That's so weird. Does
it feel different now that you're a celebrity in that world, right? Like you can't be there just as a regular person, or do you feel like you can just go hang out? And
nah, like it's definitely, if I go there on the weekend or that, it's like busy with kids and stuff, but that's super cool, that side. But it's weird, I feel like it's not changed for me at all. Like, it's on the week, it's still the same lads that are there. There's like a core crew of us. There's like 4 or 5 of us that are still those lads that are there. And yeah, it's not changed. We still chat about the same ruthless talks, and it's just like the best time. And we still ride every morning and stuff, most mornings. And yeah, some things never change. And like, we refurbished it. Well, I didn't do it, the lads done it, but we refurbished the bowl. Shout out Endure as well, they helped out massively with that. And that bowl, I remember helping build that with the lads, and that was 18 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, makes you feel old now thinking. But then where did those 18 years go? Because it feels like it was only 5 years ago. So yeah. Pretty crazy, but still the same lads that are there. So
amazing, mate, amazing. So what's next for you? Like, you got anything you can tease us with?
So yeah, what's next for me is heading back to America. I've just been asked to be like the rider for the launch of the new Specialized e-bike.
Oh, nice.
So can't really say anything about it, but I'll be heading out there start December to film that video, which will be, and it's sick. The idea they have is like super, super cool. Can't say anything about it, but that was a sick one. So to get that opportunity is like super rad. Also got another one coming out. We're just in Sweden there as well. For the new stump jumper for Specialized, me and Joel Anderson. So that'll be coming out soon as well. And then I've got my damn video coming out. It should be out by now, actually.
It should be out
so
as you're watching this. Yeah, we'll put links in the show notes for that so people can find it. Yeah,
sick. And then next year, like I say, I've got something with Danny, potentially, that'll be sick. Nice. And another Rebel video in France, potentially.
And you have got the plans on the go, eh?
There's a few in there, yeah.
No messing.
Yeah.
And you've been at Hardline a few times.
Yeah.
Is that something you would ever contemplate getting involved in?
It's so gnarly, yeah. Like, there's bits of the course I'd like to ride, but it's just so gnarly that, like, yeah. But never say never.
Are you put off more by the features or more by the technical terrain in between the features?
Yeah, probably technical terrain. Like, some of the...
That Welsh one is nuts, eh?
Yeah, some of it's horrendous, eh? But yeah, I'm like, don't know. Never say never.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's for me, that.
You've got a downhill bike now, though.
Yeah. And I've only rode it a few times. Obviously, like in Scotland, I'm not going to go to Fort William and ride it there for. But yeah, like I'd like to do more of that. I would do a video on a downhill bike as well.
That would be cool.
Not done one yet. Yeah. So got some ideas for that. But there's loads coming up, and plenty more in the pipe. So.
Good stuff. Watch this space. We should wrap up. We've got our final 4 questions that we've hit up most people with over the years. First one: if our listeners had £150 to spend to improve their performance on a bike, what would you recommend they spend it on?
150 quid. Wouldn't get you much these days.
It really wouldn't.
Nah. Shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes, I reckon. Just because, like, the shoes that I have, like Ninja Humvee ones, I always wanted shoes that I could ride on both bikes. So, those shoes, I wear them on my BMX and my mountain bike. Okay. And then it covers like both. Yeah. And they're sick and they're solid as well. So I'd just say 150 quid. I reckon shoes are most important. Okay. And the amount of bruised heels and stuff that I have had over the years and that is like, it's not worth it. So yeah. And like, since I've like been on Enduro, those shoes, I haven't had any bruised heels or anything like that.
Oh, fair play.
And I used to be Nike for ages and my feet are broken from that. Like, honestly. So yeah, I would say a good set of shoes just makes you feel solid on the bike as well. So
all right. Like shoes. It. Next one. If you could wind back the clock and sit down with yourself age 16, what advice would you give him?
Oof. Oh, that's a mad one. Don't know, just don't give up, innit? Don't give up and just keep on pushing for it and just, you can do anything you want. Like, just stay focused and just dream big and go for absolutely everything. And everything that gets thrown your way, just go and smash the absolute life out of it and go and get it. Get after it, son.
Yeah, I like it. That is a good one. All right, third one. If you could have a coaching session from anyone, past or present, who would it be and what would you want to learn from them?
Coaching session, past, present. I don't know. I'm terrible at riding long, skinny stuff, so I'd probably just ask Danny Mac to teach me how to ride long, skinny stuff, which I will ask him. We're going to his party next month, actually, as well. So,
fair play. I hear he puts on a good party, that lad.
God, he does. Yeah, doesn't he have it? Right. But yeah, like, I'm terrible at riding long, skinny stuff, so I don't know. I'd like to learn how to do that. More rail rides and stuff on my BMX and that, but yeah, I don't know. Coaching session, yeah, probably that, or Seminic to tell me his secrets to having that style.
The Seminic style is pretty impressive.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah. Like, the style and trick ratio is like ridiculous. There's no one doing it like that.
Yeah. It's definitely a different type of human, that lad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Class. All right, last one. What's something you do every day that you feel benefits for you?
Getting out with my dogs, really. Like, whether it's walking them, riding them, or anything like that, but I don't know, I just love a good bloody dog walking. It like it clears your head. Like, every morning I'll just go out and smash out, like, I don't know, pretty big dog walk. I don't know, like, that's just there's nothing. I don't know, that's quite a crap one though, isn't it? I'll try and think of something better.
I guess and the dogs are like, you can't not do it, right?
Yeah, like, you need to rain or shine.
Yeah,
that's what I say. I don't know, like, something that I do every day. I get up early. Get up at like 5:30 every day. Okay. And that's beneficial.
Pre kids as well.
Yeah. Yeah, always kind of have done. Yeah. But I feel like I get so much more done if I do that, if I whack out my emails and stuff in the morning and that, then yes, I'd say get up an hour before you want to get up.
And you feel like you've won the day then.
You do, yeah. You actually do. And then you've got more time to ride as well.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that, yeah. That's one thing that's really beneficial, is getting up an hour before you want to get up.
Yeah. Does that mean you go to bed early?
Oh man, yeah. I go to bed super early. Like, it's getting worse. I was in bed at 7:30 the other night. Like, which is ridiculous.
That makes me look like I stay up late. So you've done well there.
But on average it's like 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
But just get way more out of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything at night anyway, so get to bed.
Class. Right, if people want to follow you, where should they be looking, Kriss?
Just my Instagram, at Kriss Kyle, and then my YouTube, because I'll be posting, I think a few of my videos are going to be going out there as well.
Okay.
And that's just Kriss Kyle YouTube.
Perfect.
So,
we'll stick links in the show notes. People can find that nice and easy. We'll stick links to the new Damn video in there.
Nice one.
And some of the older stuff as well, so people can go and look at the Kriss Kyle back catalogue, because it's well worth it.
Yeah, there's a few in there.
Good stuff. Thanks, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Chris. Thanks a lot.